certain questions within a test can be designated as mandatory. But when is the appropriate time to force a response? Should it be when the test taker attempts to leave the question page, exit the section, or submit the test? In this tutorial, we will examine various methods for setting up mandatory questions in your test configuration to achieve your desired results. I will begin by identifying certain questions as mandatory. I will now test 3 different options for handling mandatory questions. The first option, which is also the default setting, is to prevent the test taker from navigating away from a page containing unanswered mandatory questions. I will evaluate its effectiveness by clicking the Preview button to run the test. As expected, the system prevents me from leaving the page without answering the mandatory questions. Next, I will modify the settings to allow the test taker to navigate away from a page with unanswered mandatory questions while displaying a warning. However, I will configure the system to prevent the test taker from leaving the section without answering all mandatory questions within it. I will preview the test again to see how this option performs. The test operates as intended. I am able to navigate away from a page with unanswered mandatory questions. But the system prevents me from leaving the section without answering all mandatory questions within it. I will now adjust the settings to allow navigation away from the section but prevent submission of the test unless all mandatory questions have been answered. I will evaluate this option by previewing the test again. As configured, I can continue with my test without answering mandatory questions. But I am unable to submit the test until all required questions have been answered. I hope this demonstration has provided a clear understanding of how to customize the system's handling of mandatory questions. Thank you for watching and join me in the next tutorial.